Fill one of the bags with clean water. Press out the air, then roll the top of the bag 3 or 4 times and buckle. Hang the filled bag so that the bottom is 30 to 36 inches above the ground. Unpack and straighten out the heating coil assembly. Flatten out and close up the empty bag. Remove the black purge valve from the rubber tube at the base of the bag on the ground and insert the thermostat port into the tube. Set your desired temperature on the thermostat. Connect the blue supply tube barb to the elevated bag. To prevent water from spilling, pinch the tube while removing the purge valve and connect the supply tube. Immediately, a small amount of water will begin to flow through the heating coil and purge out any air from the system. Now place the heating coil on top of a lighted stove with the heat deflector in the center of the coil. Insert the Y-stand into the ground to support the tube jacket. When heating with a stove, the orientation of the heating coil must be in a dish-up position. Remember, it's important to only apply heat to the coil while water is flowing through the system. The heating process will take about 15 minutes depending on the initial and desired water temperature, as well as the stove output. When the water level of the filled bag is just about down to its drain port, remove the coil from the heat. Be careful not to directly touch any of the heated parts. Disconnect the thermostat from the heated water bag and attach the shower head assembly by inserting the barb into the tube on the bag. Now the heated water bag can be hung up and used just like a solar shower. As another option, the ShowerCoil water heater works great with a campfire. This can be a very nice way to both save on fuel and heat water faster. Hang the bag so that the bottom is 30 to 36 inches above the ground. If there is not a convenient location to support the elevated bag near the fire, you may need to construct a simple tripod. Also available from Boundary Tech is a collapsible aluminum tripod accessory stand. Connect the thermostat to the empty bag on the ground. Set the temperature, and then connect the blue supply tube to the elevated bag. As water begins to flow, and after air has purged out of the heating coil, place the bare coil on top of the fire in a dish-down orientation. The heat deflector should not be used with a campfire. Remove the coil from the heat before the water fully empties from the elevated bag. Be careful not to directly touch any of the heated parts. Disconnect the thermostat and attach the shower head assembly. For air temperatures in the upper 70s, the recommended water temperature setting is number 4, or 100 degrees. Of course, these are only recommendations. You'll develop a good feel for your preferred temperatures after using the system a few times. In general, the air temperature should be at least 60 degrees to enjoy a comfortable open-air shower. Using a single-burner backpacking stove is a very convenient way to heat water. For best results, the stove should have a maximum output of at least 10,000 BTUs per hour. When you're using a fire to heat the coil, the best heating is achieved with a fresh fire having flames that pass through the coil. If you're able to plan in advance for a shower and have some time to partially heat the water in the sun, this is a great way to save time and fuel when you're ready to heat the water with your stove. As you can see, setting up and using the system is fairly straightforward. However, it does require a bit of effort in collecting, carrying, and hanging the water bags, which weigh about 30 pounds fully filled. If this poses a problem for some, one simple solution is to fill the bag only half full. Another good method for lifting the water overhead is to construct a simplified block and tackle. By using 2 inexpensive carabiners and a couple lengths of braided nylon cord, the task of lifting the water is made much easier. One length of cord is routed over a tree limb and tied to the upper carabiner. The second cord is also tied to the upper carabiner, then loops through the bottom carabiner, then back through the upper carabiner. By pulling the free end of the second cord and at the same time lifting up on the water bag, the water goes up very easily. Then just tie off the cord around a tree and you're ready to go. After it is cooled off, hold up the heating coil assembly to drain any residual water out of the tubes before storing.